Hey everyone, my name is Brett. I'm from UkuleleTricks.com, a website that helps you become a better ukulele player. In this video, I want to show you how to fingerpick Hey Diddle Diddle, the cat and the fiddle on ukulele. If you're coming across this video from YouTube, you're going to want to make sure you click the link in the description of this video to get the full lesson. On that link you'll also find the sheet music and the tabs, so you can download this song and be able to follow along with it as I'm playing. So if you haven't done that yet, make sure you get that information in front of you. Alright, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to demonstrate this song for you, and then I want to look at some of the trickier parts of the song and kind of break those down. So let's take a look. 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3. The first thing we notice about this song is that it's played to a count of 3. This means we're counting 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, and so on. Counting out loud when we're first learning a piece of music that maybe we've never heard or played before is really helpful. It's really helpful because it allows us to know and sense exactly where certain notes fall and are supposed to be played. For example, let's look at the 8th measure of this piece. If we look at our music there, on the 8th measure, we see that there's a rest. There's a rest sign. There's this little black box that sits on the staff there, the musical staff. What that rest indicates is that it's a half rest, which means for the first 2 beats, or for 2 beats, we don't play anything. We're just completely quiet. However, on that same exact measure, on the 3rd beat there, there's a note that's played, and the music comes back in. If we're counting out loud, as we're practicing this, we can sense exactly when we're supposed to rest and stop playing, and we can sense exactly when we're supposed to come back in. So let me play just the first 8 measures of this piece of music, and pay specific attention to that 8th measure where I rest and where I pick up the note, and how my counting helps me sense exactly when all that happens. So let me play this for you, and I'll slow down the tempo some too. 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, rest, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3. So by counting through all those measures, I was able to sense exactly and see where all those notes fall, and I was able to play through that measure where there's a rest and come in at the right time. So again, as you're practicing, make sure you're counting out loud. It's really important and can be really helpful. The second tricky part of this song happens on the 12th measure. So if we look at our music there on the 12th measure, we see that for the first 2 beats we play a chord where our index finger is on the 1st fret of the 2nd to bottom string, and then we let the 2nd to top string ring just completely open. So on that 12th measure there, we just play that chord for the first 2 beats. However, on that 3rd beat, there's a little bit of a walk-up that happens on that bottom string, and I'll just play the 12th measure leading into the 13th measure to give you an idea. So 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, and 1, 2, 3. So that section there, those 8th notes, if we're not careful, they can kind of take us by surprise. What I like to do for that part is I like to alternate my finger picking just a little bit. So typically as we've played these songs, we've used our thumb to pluck the top 2 strings, and we used our index finger to pluck the second to bottom string, and then we assign our middle finger to the bottom string. However, for this third beat, for the 12th measure, I like to alternate between plucking that bottom string with my middle finger and my index finger. So right on the third beat for that walk up, on that open string there, that open A string, I just pluck that string with my middle finger, and then I walk up to the first fret and I pluck it with my index finger. So middle, index, and then that leads into the first beat of that 13th measure there, the next measure that follows, where I have my pinky on the 3rd fret there, and I place my middle finger up here on the 2nd fret of the top string. And for that, I go back to plucking the bottom string with my middle finger. So that walk up again looks like this. It goes middle, index, and then back to middle. So middle, index, middle. So what that allows me to do is it allows me to play through those 8th notes with a bit more speed and accuracy, because rather than simply taking my middle finger and trying to rush through those 8th notes, and I probably could if I practiced, but I find it much easier to alternate between my middle and index finger there. So those are just some things you can give try to apply to your playing. And if you have any questions, feel free to post your comment below this video, or head over to ukuleletricks.com where you can find me there. Thanks for watching.